right, you guys, in the interest of trying to give better instructions, I'm just going to make a quick little video to explain this worksheet that we're using to understand how electronegativity causes polarity. So we have the periodic table that we've talked about before, and we're going to be using the values from that. One thing that is important to notice is you have this little diagram that tells you how ionic or polar covalent or non-polar covalent something is. So the purple numbers are the difference in electronegativity. So if the difference in electronegativity is 4, then it's definitely ionic. If it's 1.7, it's polar covalent. If it's 0.4 or smaller, it's non-polar covalent. The green percentages on the bottom, you don't really need to worry about too much. It's just a different way of thinking about the same thing, but we are going to be using the purple numbers. So if we look at this first example that I did for you, I want to think about the bonding between sulfur and hydrogen. So I would go up to my table and I would find sulfur and hydrogen. So they're 2.5 electronegativity for sulfur, 2.1 electronegativity for hydrogen. So I put the more electronegative value first. So I put the sulfur, which is 2.5, and then the hydrogen, which is 2.1. Then I can do the more electronegative subtracted by the less electronegative, and that's going to give me the difference in electronegativity. And the reason we're doing the bigger number first is just because we don't want negative numbers. Negative numbers just wouldn't really mean anything here. So we just want to make sure we have a positive answer. So then once I have my number, I can, so my difference in electronegativity, I can look up here at my table and it's right exactly at 0.4. So I'd say it's like slightly polar covalent, right? It's right on the line. So it's a little bit polar. And then you just do the same thing for the rest of them. So you'd find sulfur and francium, and you would put the electronegativity, whichever one is bigger, it's going to be sulfur. So put sulfur and then you'll put francium. Then you'll find the difference and you'll decide where it falls in these 3 boxes. And based on that, you can tell me if it is ionic, polar covalent, or non-polar covalent. Hopefully that is clear to you guys. Please comment on the assignment if you have any questions. And remember that I have office hours on Friday from 1 to 2 p.m. for you. So if you would like to check in and talk about this or anything else from this week, I'd be happy to see your smiling faces. Have a good day, you guys.